What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Truck Parking Clubhouse this beautiful Monday evening. We're at Thanksgiving week. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. If you haven't, by the way, about 46 minutes ago, Taillights 45 just dropped in your inbox, and we're covering a leaked memo that good friend of the show, Adam Wingfield, has dropped. He's a contributor over at FreightWaves, and there's a leaked memo from the DOT going on about how they're going to be cracking down on chameleon carriers. So if you know those, and I'm sure if you're out there, you've probably seen those commercial vehicles with pieces of paper on the side of those trucks with the DOT and MC number written on them. And if you're on TikTok, I'm sure you've probably seen videos of people actually replacing those numbers. And we all know out there, if you're watching this, that there are likely criminals operating outside of the law. And there's a DOT memo that looks like they might be taking some action. But also on there, do want to let you know, we've got our Thanksgiving promo code in there. So if you're headed home or if you're over the road, you want to take advantage, we've got our Thanksgiving promo code, which is Turkey25 in there, or Turkey50. Wanted to get that one right. So $50 off truck parking for you guys this holiday weekend. Again, there's almost $100 worth of free parking in the newsletter between the partner codes, our survey, and our holiday promo code. So head into the holiday season. Now's a great time to pre-book and plan ahead as you guys are planning out your routes. So definitely go check out Taillights. Would love that survey back. But without any further delay, let's get right into tonight's Clubhouse with my guy, Truckin' Life with Sean. What's going on, brother?
What's up, buddy? Glad to finally be here, man.
Man, I'm stoked to have you on board. You're out trucking there right now. Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm right here, right outside of Knoxville, between Knoxville and Chattanooga.
Oh, let's go. So you're right. You're very close to Freight Alley.
Almost there, yeah.
Freight Alley is the given nickname. CEO of FreightWaves refers to Chattanooga as Freight Alley. So I guess I'm just going to follow his lead on it.
The carpet kingdom of the world, too. Carpet capital. All the carpet out of Dalton.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so big stuff on there. Well, speaking of, you're behind the wheel of a truck right now. What, let's break right into it. What got you into trucking?
Man, trucking was the best thing I ever did. I got in trucking about 17 years ago. There was a point in my life where, I was still in my 20s, and I'd read down a couple wrong paths, and it was a way to get focused, and I wasn't sure what my life was going to look like at the time. And I wanted stability. And, I was married and we had some kids, and we did everything backwards. Like, we got married. We had kids, got married, then got a job. But, so I started driving. I came to Rosedale, the first company I ever worked for. They brought me in, gave me a shot, trained me. I worked here about 3.5 years, and I left, just like anybody else. I went to the bigger carriers. I went to Heartland Express and tried that, then tried some local stuff, and made my way back to Rosedale. I've been back here 5 years, and that was the best decision I ever made, man. I love this company. But I've been off the road now about 18 months. I work inside the office now. I work alongside safety, and I work along dispatch, kind of like a driver liaison, but I'm a driver coach. My job is to help drivers succeed. That's what McCann's about, and they let me do that for a living there. So I get to see drivers come in at new or old, and I get to help them blossom and find their flaws and make them better. But I love trucking, man. Trucking is what who I am.
No, that's awesome. So like directly, so right before you got your CDL, what kind of line of what was your last job before?
I did a few different jobs. I had some sales jobs. I did I worked for a car lot selling cars. I tried painting. I'm a terrible painter, and I wanted something that was more stability instead of just commission only. And I wanted something normal with some insurance and something I could be proud of and something I could make a life with. And trucking did that. I made good money in trucking and stuck with it. And now, like I said, I finally got an office job, which I still go out like right now. I'm out right now. I went to go recover a truck. They let me get out. I get a little itch every once in a while because it's in my blood. But they let me. It's like a 3.5 hour drive. So I went up there today to get a truck. If somebody either quits or under this, we had somebody that's losing their mother and they had to get out of their truck. So that happens. Last week we had a guy have not a heart attack, but he had some chest issues in the hospital, and the truck was gonna be down for a little bit. So I went and got it. But they let me out to do that, so that's good. And it gives me a feel so that way when I'm training drivers, I can't say, well, man, you don't drive a truck. I know what it's like. And having to coach drivers and deal with like Samsara and deal with like the AI stuff, you can really feel what's overboard and what's over top. That's why, like the safety guy there, he was a truck driver. The operations manager was a truck driver. So everybody at the company were drivers, and that's what it means. Instead of having them go and work for a company where you're just a number, where they don't understand trucking, it means a lot. Just to help drivers if you can stay, with the drivers. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go as far as to say, I think for some of those roles at motor carriers, and there's a lot of drivers I'm friends with when it comes to the safety department. I mean, it's kind of hard to have somebody running your safety department if they've never been on the other side of that
And
windshield.
I've been to companies like that, and it's don't make sense, or they got some power issue, and just over top with it. You got to be understanding. You got to stuff happens. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to be out here and nothing happened. That's going to happen. Is just what you get away with, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So, current company with, so I mean, that's a great job, driver coach, and you're like the perfect guy for it. For anybody just tuning in, by the way, if you're not already subscribed to Truckin' Life with Sean, definitely check it out there. He is all that he says he is when it means to drivers coach. Like even if you're not working for the carrier, he's working for. The amount of information this guy goes out from staying healthy to driving tips, all the way down the line. He's out there doing it, and I think one of the things that you've talked about in several of in a lot of your content has been parking. And so I kind of wanted to get your take on how truck parking's looked like on your end for the past few years, because you've made some videos, especially that video last week we dropped in the newsletter about that fuel island. That fuel island was blocked up.
It's gotten ridiculous. It wasn't as bad as it used to be, when I was doing paper logs. But then I don't blame it on the logs. It's just you got the ELDs, and we're bound by that clock now, and there's just not enough space out here. So that's always a struggle. You find parking. You either got to. I become an adaptive truck driver. I had to be adaptive to wherever I ended up. That's why it's so cool with this truck parking you got with a truck parking club. It's good to see. Like I was looking at the app the other day. There's stuff everywhere. And I didn't have that back in the day. I'd find different spots, and I would write them down on I had a little truck stop pocket guide where I write down the mile markers, and I would put down, McDonald's had some parking, or this one had a parking, and I try to keep up with it. So wherever I was at, I try to plan, because out here, all about mile, and you don't want to stop 4 hours early just because of the parking, but you have to, or you have to get up early in the morning, run at night, stop in the day because you ain't gonna find parking. But what y'all guys offer, man, is so, man, it's so priceless. It's crazy to have that peace of mind to know that you can book a spot Airbnb ahead. Most time the companies cover it that you work for, they'll cover it, they'll pay you back, and be somewhere secure that you ain't got to worry about. Man, that's priceless.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, it's just like I always call it like just another tool for your tool belt. Like the same reason you got a tire pressure gauge, the same reason you keep the little mini sledgehammer. I put that in my winter driving tips in the newsletter today. You keep
And
that
your
middle.
poop bucket. Gotta have your poop bucket.
Yeah, gotta have the bucket. You should definitely have extra toilet paper.
Oh yeah,
All that good stuff. And yeah, now you have this, this weapon in your pocket to where if you're running out of hours, you're running out of time, or if you want to drive your full clock, now okay, I'm going to have someplace ahead of time.
Exactly. And that's that peace of mind there. I used to stress so much when I first started driving, like, oh my God. And I would cut myself short. Or I would worry about going over my hours or not having where to park. So this is a game changer, especially for new drivers and experienced drivers, to have that peace of mind and an app that's right there. Oh my God. I have no idea what it's like not to have it. Crazy.
No, that's good. I want to say off the top of your hand, where that last video you were at a rest stop where all the fuel lanes were filled. Where was that so people can?
It was right outside of Jasper, Tennessee. Where Nick and Jack Lake's at.
Mm-hmm.
It's right outside of there. It's where the Loves is in Jasper? Yeah, 158 on I-24. It was the was it a Speedco or the gas station next to the Loves. I went into the Loves and it was full. But then I went into the I guess it's a Speedco, I believe. I went in there and I got in line. I thought people were in line for fuel. 30 minutes goes by, 45, an hour. And I'm like, oh my God, it's been an hour and a half. My time's burning down. So the reason I stopped is because I was running out of hours. And I get out and everybody's asleep at the fuel. I like curtains up, windows defrosted. You seen the video? They had one line open and you've got trucks back all the way to the interstate. And nobody cared. Like I went inside, they're like, oh yeah, those pumps are down. People are sleeping there. Well, you got to back up. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy. And if you ain't careful, across the street, right up the road from there, is a Walmart, famous for booting trucks. That's another big thing that's happening now is these boots. There's a company it's up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Shaw we go to. There's a BP gas station. They got a little bitty sign that says authorized truck parking only, and you got truck parking. If you don't go inside and pay $15, they boot you, and you know what the price is? $6,000. Six
for the
thousand
for the boot.
for the boot. We've had to pay it 3 times. Now we're working with like the Better Business Bureau for like gouging prices, but they charge $6,000. If you don't pay six and you wait till the next day, it's 8,000.
And where is that BP again? Is that
Charlotte,
North
Charlotte, North Carolina? There's
Charlotte?
The Shaw plant in Charlotte. There's a BP right next to the Shaw plant with truck parking, with a little bitty sign that says authorized parking only. $6,000. We've had to cover it 3 times for a fact.
So it's technically it's a paid spot. They want you to pay $15, but they don't let you know that.
Well, there's a little bitty sign, and their main business is booting those trucks. 6,000. We had a driver pull up. He went and used the restroom. $6,000. He went in there 10 minutes, and we could prove he was there that long. But he parked in that spot. $1,000 boot.
That quick. So he went in just to use the bathroom and got a $6,000 boot on his truck at that BP in Charlotte.
It's got to be some type of gouging or unfair practices or something. But they're getting away with it.
Yeah, I have my theories on the predatory towing and the booting. I think that there's got to be some sort of money laundering, or it's a pretty unregulated. At least it looks like it's an unregulated type of business model.
But that Walmart does the same thing when you're Jasper. You see trucks parked there every night, and the boots come out every night. Mother Truckers did a video on it too one time. But we had a driver pulling there. But you see it, and you think it's cool. And it's not the Walmart; it's the people that own the shopping center of Walmart. They got signs up. They got a boot guy. I don't know what. I think they only charge like $1,500, but still, it's still ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a boot coming off, I mean, I know for a passenger car, I did this to a guy. Actually, I helped a guy out once. It was like New Year's Day, and he parked in a gas station that's right next to like a restaurant. This is just a passenger car. This guy was an Uber Eats driver. He pulled in to pick up a to-go order from a restaurant, and he must have been there just like the bathroom break. And he walked out of the restaurant. He was gone from his car for 5 minutes, and there was a boot on, and they wanted $100 cash to take it off. And it's just
or the wheel.
What's that?
Was it on his windshield or the wheel?
It was the one on the wheel.
Yeah, the one they're putting them on the window because all the way across the whole windshield.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure guys got tools now to get the ones off the wheel.
Yes.
You got to adapt and overcome is what drivers are starting.
There's a way to get it off the windshield too, but we'll talk about it on another channel, another video. That's another video.
Oh yeah, this definitely won't be the first and last time.
Through y'all the peace of mind of not having to worry about having to pay for parking, not worried about DOT making you move in the middle of the night, not worried about that. Man, it's priceless. Y'all have to come up with something that I've always said, if you can solve the parking issue, you've solved something. That's a big deal out here. Parking's a big deal, and there's one other problem. We'll talk about that in a minute besides parking, but parking's a big deal.
Yeah, I'd love to get to your issues because I definitely wanted to touch on that. But you're absolutely right when it comes to parking. It has everything to do with like there's no one quick fix for the parking issue. It's going to take action from the government, state governments. It's going to take the private market. It's going to take people, more truck stops open, and it's going to take a village to really to put a dent in the issue. It's not a one size fits all, and
y'all do a lot to help though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and it's and even the quote, the more, and we advocate for more free parking all the time. We're very active in advocating for it at state and federal government level. But even some of the parking that it was up in the Pacific Northwest. I believe it might have been in Oregon. They want to put money towards this parking, but it'll go towards the parking. But the thing is the parking in itself. Once it pays for it, it still needs money to maintain those lots, and they're not allocating for that. So if where trucks are parking doesn't generate revenue from fuel or from like a convenience store, then it's only just it becomes still when it comes to maintaining it. And we see that with rest areas. Tennessee says some closed rest areas. So it's it's a multi-pronged attack to really solve the parking issue, especially as there's always more trucks on the road more than ever.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'd love to actually dive into that. I always ask, when we come on the Clubhouse, and again, this won't be the last time you come on. Like we got some roundtables. We're looking to take the Clubhouse always to the next level. But in your opinion, what's the number one issue facing the industry?
Not being prepared for all the health issues that you got to get when you start driving truck if you're not ready. And it's not as bad if you're ready, if you're told the right stuff. Now, look, I'm not a doctor, so I'm gonna let that all through. If I'm not a doctor, I can only tell you my story and what happened to me. When I got into trucking, I gained 100 pounds. Gained 100 pounds, like quick. So I'm a diabetic, high blood pressure, all the stuff. I it's sore all the time. And then I finally said, I can't do this no more. So I got on this thing called the carnivore diet. Right before I got him off trucking. I don't know if y'all ever heard of the carnivore diet, but it's where you eat meat. And as a man, I can do that. I don't like starving. I don't like eating salads and little bitty nuts and stuff. I couldn't do that. And driving a truck, you spend so much money out here, and it's all garbage. It's nothing good in those truck stops. So I found a way to eat the carnivore with an air fryer. Got a $30 air fryer, and I still cook my meals in the air fryer. I got an air fryer in my office, and an air fryer in my house, or one meal. 1 to 2 people. But I started doing the carnivore diet, and I've lost 83 pounds. I lost that the first year, 83 pounds. I got the before and after pictures, and that's without no workout. That was just eating on the road, just changing my habits, reversed my diabetes. Blood pressure's good. And you say, well, what about your cholesterol? I got videos on that where I went to the doctor and I told her what I was about to do. She's like, oh God, your cholesterol is borderline, da da da. Well, after I did the diet, cholesterol was of a 21-year-old. All I can tell you what worked for me, and that was eating eggs, meat, butter, bacon. I ate till I was full, and I didn't snack. You can do the same thing. So I finally wrote a book. It's called The Trucker's Carnivore Cookbook. It's on Amazon. If you go to Amazon and put in The Trucker's Carnivore Cookbook, it's like $9.99. It's got 100 air fryer recipes that you can cook from your truck. Now, honestly, I use about 5 of those, but I put 100 in there, different variety. People like different things. But find something that you enjoy doing, something you enjoy eating. If you go on a diet that's something you don't like, you're not going to stick to it. So find something, whether it's carnivore, whether it's paleo, whatever it is, it's something that's long-term sustainable, you can live with. That's all you need, man. And exercise is good. I'm not saying don't exercise, because exercise, you need it. But diet is 80% of it. And you can do that. You can do that right there in your truck. You don't need no fancy big old freezers. You ain't got any meal prep. You'll save money, you'll lose weight. Guaranteed.
And so driver health, number one issue in your eyes. And I'd say, yeah, you're definitely speaking to the right guy, because that's definitely the priority I lead with. I think that driver health overall sets the foundation for solving all the other issues in the industry. Like if because physical health transcends into mental health.
Oh yeah, and all that.
And as you get healthier, and as I got healthier, because I have a 100-pound weight loss testimony myself, and as I lost weight, the more and more, brain fog is reduced, my energy goes up. The more I want to get involved, the more I want to have conversations. I started a podcast from it. I started to get into different networking groups, and like the more I wanted to like give back, and when you're kind of in a rut, you're kind of just going, you're doing what's called surviving, not thriving. When you're kind of leading that, when you're not prioritizing what you're fueling yourself and how you're moving. And you're absolutely right. Movement's important. Like movement is medicine. We got to do it. We're doing a lot of sitting, but in that movement doesn't need to be crazy workouts, and that's what I've said that in video. I ran 5 marathons as a trucker. Nobody needs to do that. In fact, I advise against it, but I did it to just say, hey, this job doesn't create limits for you. Like there's no limits to what you can do just because you're a driver. That exercise can just
be some resistant bands. There's a lot of stuff. Get out and walk. Park from the further spot and walk. Even just a little bit of steps. But your diet is key, because with your diet, you're going to get, or you have the energy to get out and walk. You have the energy to lift some dumbbells. It starts with diet. Absolutely.
It definitely started there. There's a great video that I've got to figure out a way to share it and chop it up. But a guy out of North Carolina, I believe he's a college professor, and he doesn't recommend this, but he did it just to prove a point where he. Oh, I think I cut out on speaker for a minute. So this nutritionist, he did what was called the Twinkie diet, where he only ate 1,800 calories a day. And, but all he ate was like Twinkies and Cheetos, a little bit of fruit, and that was it. But he, same as you, he ate only a certain amount. And then when he went to the doctor, he lost 30 pounds, but his blood pressure, his cholesterol, everything went down. And he was only eating junk food. So it's just like, just by eating a little bit less or finding something that you can stay consistent on, that's how you win.
I know a guy that went on a hot dog diet. It was terrible, but he lost weight. He did hot dogs, but it was meat. And, even the hot dogs and the dirtiest meat in the store is better than some of that other crap that we put in our bodies.
Let's go. I got to give a shout out to one of your boys jumping on here. Unknown New York 11. What's up? My name is not Shane, by the way. Appreciate you tuning in on Unknown New York. You're jumping in the Truck Parking Clubhouse. My name's Michael Lombard. You can find me anywhere at Lombard Trucking. I work over here at the team on Truck Parking Club, also as a driver myself, and do a lot of other crazy stuff. But appreciate you jumping in on the Clubhouse. We'll have to get Shane on the Clubhouse because he's asking if I was Shane. So we're gonna have to get Shane up on here if he looks like me. I'm not sure who Shane is. You'll have to connect us. So driver health, your number one issue, but your overall philosophy, like when it comes to, if you were to give some advice, like you're a driver coach, so you got a brand new driver who's coming on board to your company. What's your advice to those new drivers or anybody who's at?
You want to get seat time. Don't worry about miles. Don't worry about rushing that first year. You talking about a new driver, brand new?
Absolutely.
You want to get the experience, get that seat time. Don't try to rush the process. You make mistakes, it's going to be that first year. That's when the mistakes come. You're going to make mistakes. It's just how bad are they going to be? Rushing, I see a lot of companies out there that train drivers that the trainer will be back there sleeping and they run teams. I'm against that. Here over our program, when we train a new driver out of school, the trainer sits up front. When that truck stops every night and goes to sleep, they go to sleep at the same time. They get up and they drive. One drive, the other drive, but they don't run as teams so they can learn. When you get out on the road, I know dispatch is going to push you, but take your time and learn. Learn how to communicate. They keep communication. Learn how to trip plan. Learn how to be efficient as a driver, but learn it slowly. Don't rush it. And it'll all start coming together. It'll all come together as long as you take your time. Just that first year, get the seat time, not the miles.
Get the seat time, get in. Now, you seem to work for a company that you enjoy. They've given you a good career. You found your way back there. I mean, if somebody's entering the industry, like say I'm just like, say I can't come to you. I'm like, hey, Sean, I really want to get my CDL. What would be the pathway you recommend? Would you say, hey, pay your own way through school? You should work for this company. How do you think a guy should go about it?
It depends on your situation. I went and got when I got mine, I went to Chattahoochee Tech. It was like $8,000, but I got a grant that covered it. There is grants out there that will cover some. Georgia had one. I didn't pay nothing for my CDL. I think I paid like $50, but I got mine through the Hope Scholarship. You have two options. If you don't have the money to do it, you can sign with a company. A lot of those companies that you sign with, they want to pay you less per mile. I don't know this for every one of them. I only can tell you what I've heard. You sign up with a year contract, they're going to pay you less per mile and just kind of run over you a little bit. But the good news is companies like mine, and there's other companies out there, if you have a contract with somebody, Rosedale pays up to $4,500 to pay that contract off. So if you did get your license, they will pay it all for you. And so you can come over here and work with us. And there's other companies, not just Rosedale, there's other companies that do that as well. So you have different options. But if you can pay for it. If not, get the contract and let Rosedale pay it off for you.
Yeah, and that's always what I like to ask. If a driver's currently working for a great company, and they want to talk up who they drive for, I always say they recommend it. So you'd recommend Rosedale out there to
drive. And I'll go ahead and give you the number. The number's it's my number directly. It's 706-226-1003. That's 706-226-1003. That's Rosedale's number. But call me. My extension is 5233. It'll go to my cell phone if I'm not at my desk. I'm not a recruiter. Like I said, I'm a driver coach. But if you live in the hiring area and you think it's something you're interested after going through me, I'll hook you up with a recruiter and they'll get you put on. They offer $4,500 sign-on bonus if you've got a year experience. And like I said, if you're new, training program is great. 6 weeks, but they pay you 150 a day. You're not just running this team; you actually learn. We build safe drivers here, and I'm proud to say that.
Yeah, I would say what is the hiring area?
Well, it depends. It changes a lot, but with our routes, it's Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida. We hire a lot out of Florida, and a lot of companies don't, but we got a lot of freight that goes down there. So, if y'all Florida drivers that want to get home, give us a call. Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, all the way up to like Maryland, over to Illinois, down Kentucky, Midwest a little bit. We don't hire West Coast, so there's no California, no Texas, no New York, mainly like East and Midwest.
Yeah, so basically east of Mississippi, south of 70.
Pretty much. We're
Taking it
we're
up.
an out and back company, so it's like all our freight is here in Dalton and Chattanooga area goes out, and then we broker something coming back. Everything goes out, back, out, back. If you live here in Georgia, you got it made. If you live in Florida, you got it made because we got stuff going to Florida every single day. And we have a lot of drivers that live in Florida that couldn't work here just because other companies can't never get them home.
Hey, that's duly noted. I'm connected with a lot of Florida guys who are always
Oh, yeah.
looking for a good outfit.
Orlando, we got dedicated Orlando freight, Jacksonville freight. We don't go all the way down to Miami no more. We was, but we've got Plant City, Lakeland, Tampa, stuff that goes every day there.
And all dry van.
Yep, 53-foot drive in.
Awesome. I'd say that the training program off the rip is what a lot of people, and a good friend of the show, my good friend Gord McGill, has mentioned about training is that it should be. And one of your commenters, gentleman jumping in here, trucker Steve, he says the driver trainer should never be sleeping when their students driving. And you're right. I don't think when a driver is like the idea of training being, simply running teams. What training is occurring when that goes on? Like, I don't think that should be legal.
Wow. You'd be so surprised at how many drivers have emailed me over the years and like, hey, Sean, I'm about to go down Mount Eagle. My driver trainer's asleep. Will you help me? Will you talk to me? Talk me through this. I can hundreds of emails like that. Hey, listen, it's starting to snow. My trainer's passed out. He's an asshole. Can you talk to me, Sean? I've had all kinds of people email me. I can't tell you how many. It happens because of greed. It's all greed. But is it legal? Yeah, if they got their CDL, it's legal. And you run teams, or they got a day experience or not. Is it safe? No. Does it help the company? No, not in the long run. But they get them in there and they think it's going to turn over, and they run them like kings, get the miles out of them, and they go on to the next one. Like we don't do that here. We're a smaller company here at Rosedale, so we try to build people to stay. Most drivers that leave, they come back. But like I said, everybody works their way up in the company, and the safety manager came here as a new driver, right out of school. The operations manager came as a new driver. I came here as a new driver. So it's a family business. It's family oriented.
Not duly noted. Good to know. And I know when I go to upload this later, I'm definitely going to add your phone number and everything to the show notes in case anybody's looking to contact you, looking for their next outfit. But hey, man, I know you recovered a truck. We normally only rip 30, 45 minutes. I didn't want to take up your whole night, but any last remarks, anything on your mind you want to get out on the Clubhouse before you
go to Amazon, get my book, Truckers Carnivore Cookbook, $9.99. Check it out.
That right there, and that we're definitely going to post a link on to advertise your book because that's number one. It's not every day drivers are writing cookbooks.
I got a book out too. I've got the DOT Survival Guide. It came out a couple months ago. It's a real good one. It basically goes over DOT inspections, how to pass an inspection. And I don't know if you're watching my videos, but I went to a lot of DOT stations and weigh stations with my GoPro, walked right into the lines then, and started asking tough questions. Some of them took me out, some of them didn't. But I put it all together and put all that knowledge together, and also a book called the DOT Survival Guide. I've never failed a DOT inspection. I hope I never do, but there's some good tricks in there that might help you out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw some of your videos recently. Yeah, you were asking about PC to some DOT guys, and they all seem like the guys you were talking to are pretty receptive. So headed into the winter driving season, what are some good tips and tricks for guys to either staying safe or pass an inspection?
Yeah, staying safe, man. Going into the winter, take it slow. I call it, being easy. Drive easy. Smooth operator. No irky jerky on the steering wheel. Big smooth turns. Smooth on the brakes, smooth on the accelerator. To be a smooth operator, everything you do, just do it smooth. And especially in the wintertime, keep your distance, man. Don't get in a rush. That's where accidents happen. Take your time. Throw on the music. Take your time, man.
Take your time. Don't rush to failure. That's how you actually started off with, not without rushing to failure. But yeah, any last minute tips and tricks to how to stay clean with DOT?
Yeah, with that, being nice, be courteous goes a long ways. You give bad attitude, they'll give it back. Some of them are just assholes and nothing you can do about it. But do your pre-trip. I know that sounds crazy, but do your freaking pre-trip. You did your pre-trip, you did your walk-arounds. Make sure your tires are good. That's the number one thing the DOT pulls people in for is tire pressure. And it goes from there. Make sure your lights, the common sense stuff. I'm not asking you to go in there and, you know, do a deep dive into it every day, but at least check your tires, man. Because Kentucky, Tennessee, they all have those. They know what your tire pressure is. They'll come walk it right out, point it out to you. They have those gauges. They can see that. And some of my videos show how their system works. But yeah, get tire gauge, man. Get out there and check your lights, walk around, do your pre-trip, man. And it's the little thing. Make sure you do your logs right. Don't go over. Know how to transfer your logs. Keep a clean truck. And just be nice, man. Be polite.
Be nice, be polite, keep it smooth operator. Well, dude, number one, I want to thank you for coming on the Clubhouse tonight.
I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, and it definitely won't be the last time. We're gonna be ripping these. We're gonna be ramping them up. We're definitely gonna have some round tables. So don't be a stranger on it. And to any of you guys who tune into the Clubhouse tonight, Monday night, number one, thank you. Again, our mission here at Truck Parking Club is to help truckers save time, fuel, thus money by instantly reserving truck parking all across the country. We operate as a company that wants to leave this industry better than we found it. And that's why we team up and collab and partner with guys like Truckin' Life with Sean out there, because if you go follow his content or listen to anything he said for the past 30 minutes, this is an individual who wants to leave the industry better than they found it. So if you need parking tonight, tomorrow, this week, again, that code is right at the bottom of the screen. You've got Sean 20 for $20 off your next parking spot. But with that, guys, have a happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Keep the rubber side down, hammer down, and we'll see you next Monday around 7:30 p.m.